Hey everybody, we're back out on the beach for another adventure. There's a storm coming in the next few days, but right now it's low tide. It's about an hour and a half before sunset. Hopefully we come up with some neat finds in the little bit of time that we're here. I'm so excited after the last few videos and all the amazing things that I found out here. And by looking around me, I can see that the waves have really been pushing inwards from the north. There's a ton of flotsam that we're going to walk through as well today and see if there's anything that got trapped with all of the driftwood. Let's get out there and see what we find, everyone. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk the edge of the shoreline and we're going to see what's waiting for us on the surface over here. It's a perfectly aged piece of aqua sea foam. Maybe it's not perfectly aged, but it's a beautiful piece. Check out this amazing ceramic tile, everybody. It's got a beautiful pink slip to it. And on the back, you can see it's got this honeycomb pattern where they would have put the adhesive on it and then stuck it to a wall. This is a really cool find. I actually find a lot of these out my way. Yeah! Look at this one right over here, everybody. It's another piece of pink, but this one's not a ceramic. You can see the lines on this little pink shard right over here, and this tells me that this is a piece of Depression era tableware. It's hard to tell, but there's a faint little edging right over here that runs across the whole shard, and what that tells me is that this would have been the top of the shard right over here, and it would have had this pattern going downwards. I actually believe I have an original one of these that I pulled out of the garbage about 10 years ago at home in my glass collection. Yeah, right over here. It's a marble. Wow, look at this. So it's about 8-9 millimeters, I'd say. It's a 3-vein cat's eye. It's got a little bit of green, white, and red. This marble's actually like a work of art. It's so beautiful. Oh yeah, look, right over here. It's camouflage. Check out this beautiful nugget, everybody. It's an extremely dark piece of gray sea glass. It's super thick. This one's actually aged to perfection. It's got these frosty sea marks on it, which we always expect to see with well-aged sea glass. You know, there's a good chance that a gray piece like this originated as an old floor model television set. Haha, check it out, everybody. It's the smallest little piece of red, although I haven't picked it up yet, so I don't know if it's glass or not. Without a doubt, this is a tiny little triangle of red. There sure must have been a lot of old floor model televisions thrown away in close proximity to my beach. Check out this beautiful ceramic handle, everybody. You can see how it's faceted. It has these sides over here that are flat where the blue slip was put on it. Okay, everybody, we just made our first pass and there was a few really good finds sitting right on the surface. Now I'm going to get down on my knees and I'm going to see what's really hidden underneath these piles of pebbles. Oh, yeah, everybody. Check this find out right over here, everybody. It's a piece of cobalt blue sea glass, but this one here is really unique because it actually has a little bit of a ridge on it right over there. I think I'm catching it in the picture. So this piece right over here, 100% would have originated as an old Noxzema bottle. A little bit about the old Noxzema bottles is the pieces with the panels are the earlier ones and the round ones are later. Without a doubt, this cobalt blue right over here is one of the most captivating colors in the entire sea glass world. Check this one out right over here. It's a beautiful piece of turquoise sea glass, and what's really unique about it is you can see it's got these creases on it. There's actually a chance this is a piece of bonfire glass from an old Hemingway insulator. It even has little air bubbles in it on the inside. I found a coin! I can't believe this. I actually just found a coin. Now, don't get too excited, everybody. I did say I found a coin, but it's definitely not pirate treasure by any means. It's only a Canadian penny. It's too corroded for me to tell what year it's actually from, but it's still amazing to find a coin that survives out in the ocean. It gives me hope that maybe one day I am going to find my pirate treasure right here on this beach. Okay, everybody, I got another cool piece right over here. Okay, you gotta check this one out right over here. So I just found this piece of amber brown sea glass, and you can see it's got these lines on it right over here. It's kind of wild because not too long ago I found that piece that I matched to an orange crush bottle, and these lines look very similar to that piece, but they are not from the same bottle. This shard right over here is actually from an old Javex bleach bottle. Almost every single house would have been going through an abundance of bleach doing laundry chores 100 years ago. So a shard like this can be found almost anywhere in North America and throughout the world where Clorox and Javex were sold. There's a guarantee I have one of these original bottles at home, and I'm going to be able to match this shard to where it started from. This is a really great find. It always gets me so excited when I can match a piece to a bottle and share it with everybody. I don't think I'm going to find anything else in the first pile that I dug, so now it's going to be time to move on. Haha, yeah! It's another marble, everybody! Woo! It's another sea marble. I am so stoked right now. You can definitely tell by the look on my face. This is such a captivating little marble. You can see how pronounced the red is, and then how soft the blue and the white are on each side. It's got those little air bubbles in it, so I know that it's an older marble, and I'm so glad that I got out here before the storm hits, and I'm making all these great scores again. It's slag glass, everybody. I just found the craziest piece of slag glass I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I'm gonna try not to move too much because you could actually see the green that's glowing through it. Now, slag glass is a byproduct of the extraction of iron ore. One thing that's amazing about the slag glass that I find my way are these beautiful creases and folds that you can see in it that happen during the extraction process of that iron ore. I just cannot believe that on a cloudy day like this, you can see right through it and see how glassy it is. This is probably the nicest piece of slag glass that I've ever found. Leland was a town that was known for its steel manufacturing. And out there, when you find a piece like this, they call it Leland blue glass. So depending on where you live, different parts of the world, they have different names for what I'm holding right here. It's hard to imagine what it's going to be like 24 hours from now standing in this exact same spot. The winds are going to pick up to over 100 kilometers an hour, and the swell should be from 3 to 4 meters, well over my head. There's no doubt we're going to find some amazing stuff when everything calms down. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's coming right at us. Look at this wave. Oh, that's like the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I thought that one was going to take me away. Oh my goodness. Here comes another one. Look how fast it's rolling in. I would have to say it's going over 100 kilometers an hour. It's just rolling in so fast when it hits. It's pink. Yeah! Oh, check this one out now, gang. I just found the tiniest little pink glass bead right over here. It has a little bit of a crack in it right on the side, and there's a hole running right through the center. Now, finding glass beads out my way is very uncommon. Typically, the beads that I find out this way are more of a milk glass and a pearl type of a shade. You're not going to see too many pink beads like this that were made before the 20th century. Oh, is it a marble? What is this? At first, when I saw this, I thought it was a marble because it's got these little patterns on it right over here. And then I looked over on the side and there's actually a hole in it. So what we have over here is some sort of a bead. Now it's really hard for me to tell if this is like a blue milk glass or it's actually like a ceramic, like a porcelain kind of a bead. But one thing I know for sure is it was a bead because it's got that little line in it right over here, and it's kind of neat. It's got these little decorations on it. The other day I probably found the nicest piece of ceramic I've ever seen. Now I found this right over here. It looks like it's an old ceramic insulator from the 20th century. I'm gonna take it home, but it's definitely not as pretty as that puppy dog I found the other day. Right here, I was right at the edge of the shoreline, and this beautiful piece just kicked itself up right when I was down there. Maybe if I hold a rock in front of it, you can see it's got that lavender manganese tinge to it that we would expect to see from a piece that was made before 1913. And it's got this shape to it on the top. It almost looks like it's a rhombus if I hold it like this. So this would have been the top of a perfume bottle or potentially an old apothecary bottle. It's missing the stem that broke off right over here. Over 100 years ago, people were still considering what would help sell their products better. And a beautiful rhombus stopper was a selling point. I cannot believe the size of this driftwood, everybody. It's about 60 feet long. And you can see there's a whole bunch of other logs that got pushed up as well. This is the point of the beach where the water reaches its highest mark. There's just piles of driftwood and other flotsam debris that are sitting at this mark and all the way up that way too. So we're gonna have to walk all of that and see what we find. Looks like a piece of metal. Looks like some sort of plastic. Oh, it's not plastic at all. Check this out, guys. This is an old shotgun shell. I can tell by the weight of it that it's actually hasn't been discharged yet. So I'm gonna have to be really careful with this thing right over here. I definitely wouldn't want this to cause any harm to marine life. So I'm gonna have to bring this home, and I'm gonna have to bring it home extra carefully. There's just so much driftwood. It's unbelievable. I bet some of these branches over here are hundreds of years old. You can see some of this is man-refined wood, but most of it is old trees and just real natural driftwood. Oh, look right over there. I'm sitting here talking about the driftwood and there's something right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just felt. Look at this right over here. If I was gonna guess what this was, potentially it's an old ashtray, maybe a serving dish. It's got a little bit of a footing on it. It's a heavy gauge brass. You can see it's hard to move. It's been cut, but there's a lot of it that's missing. I'd have to imagine this was about 8 or 9 inches around when it was first made. I am so glad that I decided I wanted to look through all this driftwood. So I'm gonna keep going here and maybe we're gonna find something else. Nice and slow. Is that another shotgun shell? It is. Look at this. But this shotgun shell has actually been discharged. You can see right over here, there's a hole in it. It's a lot lighter. So this shell feels a lot more modern than the one that I found earlier. Before I wrap up this video, stay tuned because I've got a surprise for everybody. I'm back home and I've got this beautiful shard of Depression era pink sea glass. I was really hoping I was going to be able to match it to an original glass piece from my collection. This is the closest thing that I was able to come up with. It's got the same ridging on it, but it is not a perfect match because this one right over here is scalloped. It has these little bumpy edges on it. Even though these two patterns don't exactly match up, I know this shard right over here originated as something similar to this Depression era bowl. I've got these two bottles I wanted to share with everybody and show that this brown piece of amber glass that I found on the beach with the ridges on it matches unequivocally to this Javex bottle right over here. It says on the bottle cap, it's Canada's favorite. This was a very popular bottle and it was in everybody's households. You can find it in many different sizes, where this one right over here is a 12-inch bottle. I've excavated pieces that have a little handle on it over here, and this one would have been from like a gallon serving jug. A lot more easier to handle that way. And I also find piles of bottoms from these old bottles because the bottoms were made quite thicker 100 years ago in contrast to what we see nowadays. You can see right over here there's a tiny little number, and this would tell me the year that this bottle was made. It doesn't give me an exact date. The company wasn't considering antiques, so it's only a single-digit control number, but it's a 9 right over here, and that tells me that this bottle was made in either 1919 or 1929. And then I've got this one right over here, and you can see it actually still has the Javex in it from 100 years ago. And when I turn it over, the control number is different. It's a clear 0, and that tells me that this bottle was made 1 year after this one, be it in 1920 or 1930. Well, there were some really great finds today in a very short period of time. I'm so glad we got out and hit the beach today before it got dark out and before the big storm hits. I really can't thank everybody enough for all your positive support, the love, and the comments. Last video, I shared some of the sun catchers that I make with the sea glass I find. I wish I could give one to every single person watching. That would get a little bit expensive for me. So I've decided today I'm going to do a surprise giveaway, and I'm going to give away this sun catcher right over here to one of the people that left a comment on my last sea glassing adventure. What I've done is I took all of the comments and I put them on pieces of paper. You can see I've got 16 of them right over here. So if you're watching right now, all 16 people that left a comment on my last video, I really can't thank you enough for all your positive support. It makes me so happy. And everybody out there who didn't leave a comment, I want you to know that I'm going to be doing more of these giveaways in the future. So if you leave a comment, it's probably going to enter you to win some neat stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to take all of these, I'm going to fold them up, and I'm going to put them inside this hat, and then we're going to draw a winner right now. So here we go. All the names are in here. I'm going to shake this up real good. It's my good old Canadian touquet. I'm just really lucky that I don't have to be wearing this hat right now on the beach and that we don't have any snow in the middle of winter. Okay, everybody, so we're going to do it right now. I'm going to reach in. I've got one name right here, and here we go. Here is the winner. I just can't thank you enough for all of your support and the positive feedback that you give me. This is coming your way. And everybody else who didn't win, don't worry. I'm going to be making plenty of more videos, and I got plenty of more love to share with all of my sea glassing friends from around the world. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. It would really mean the world to me if you could leave me a like and even subscribe to my channel. I've got so much more action adventure to come.